Welcome to this video. My name is Jean-Marc Bogenman. I am an accredited consultant for business transfer, chartered accountant, and conceptor of Business Valuator. If you are an entrepreneur willing to look into the future and decide when to buy or sell a business and for what price, then this video is meant to you. Our experience is that SME transfer is mostly about emotion, about your position as an entrepreneur, and about the transfer pricing too, because this price will decide your future financial comfort if you are a seller, and if you are a buyer, it will drive the minimum profitability required to make sense of your investment. So the question is, what is the real value of my business or of the target business? The answer is both complex and simple at the same time. Complex because if you read the literature about transfer, you will see that over 90 methods exist for evaluation. And simple too, let's be practical. For an entrepreneur like you and me, a business is worth the profit or cash flow that it will bring back in the next 5 to 8 years. What is the consequence on you? You are a seller? Official statistics are that large companies are sold for 10 times their annual profit and only 7 times for SMEs. Why? Because in most cases, SME owners do not prepare soon enough the transfer. 2 years before, chase the improvements of profitability and prioritize those which are significant and easy to implement. The selling price will reward you with minimum 5 times your investment. You're a buyer. The seller is probably as wise as you are, so do not expect a bargain in a price under the market. The part that the seller does not know as well as you, which is the real source for goodwill, is in the improvements of the business and use of its valuation, which you will be able to bring. Just common sense, isn't it? Then stay with us, because Business Valuator is based on these principles. Business Valuator is a software for entrepreneurs. Its target is based on the actual financial figures of the last 2 years and on your budgeting assumptions for the 8 years to come to provide the subsequent budgets, graphs illustrating the trends of the business and the evolution of the value of the business in the full period. Provide economical figures, not accounting figures, which may be driven by tax or political reasons. This usually takes less than 10 minutes. These pages collect your 8-year budgeting assumptions for the P&L, the balance sheet, and the financial flows. If your business plan is clear in your mind, 15 minutes will be enough to complete them. Like you, we are businessmen more than accountants. Our tool enables you to check the reasonableness of the budgeting assumptions based on a business questionnaire, and in case of inconsistency, Business Valuator calls for a review of the assumption. Instantly, you get balance sheets, income statements, and cash flows for the next 8 years. As a seller, you see the positive impact of the business improvements which you will implement, and as a buyer, you know what the free cash flow is, which is key to obtain your financing for the purchase. Many SME owners prefer a graph to long list of figures. Business Valuators give you this for the operational results, the working capital and need in working capital, and the cash. Business Valuator provides the reasonable bracket for a dynamic valuation of the business. As a seller, you have a strong backup for your price demands, and you know what the timing to get the best price is. And as a buyer, you can see whether the business risk which you accepted is rewarded by a strong enough goodwill some years later. The unique selling proposition of Business Valuator is quite simple. An entrepreneurial approach, unique functionality, and instant results so that you understand the scenarios and you decide accordingly. And all this for a small price because we work for SMEs only. Is our approach appealing to you? Great! More good news, you can check that the software covers your need with a trial period for free. So do not hesitate to use the link below. Thank you very much for your attention, and of course we remain at your disposal for any questions.